Hey guys, it's Trish from Trish's Card Club, live from Orlando. How are you guys? Happy Sunday night. All right, let me get myself set up here. No face-to-face. We got stuff to do, places to go, people to see. We don't have time for that face-to-face stuff tonight. Whoops, I don't want that marker in my view. Let me get that out of there. All right, okay. We are going to pick up where we left off on Wednesday night, making some more cards with the Meadows dies, which are these right here. They're in the big catalog. They're $38. And if you buy the bundle, which is the stamps and the dies, it's $53. And they make fantastic cards. And you don't even need the stamps, but you just get more if you buy the stamps. But I'm going to talk tonight about two more techniques that you can use to make cards with just the dies. All right. Alrighty. Hey, thanks for coming on, guys. It's good to see everybody. Marianne, I hope you got my text about your card. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm actually going to show it on camera tonight. I got this from a dear customer and friend. Isn't that beautiful? Look at her work. It's very pretty. And you don't want to read the insides, but she stamped that beautiful stamp there. So that's really pretty. So thank you, Marianne. That was beautiful, and it was very much appreciated. Hey, Karen, you made it for a live. That's really, really good. And Miss Karen at the airport waiting for her flight. All right, you guys. So we're going to get started. I've already used the cut and emboss machine, and I've cut this die out. So we're going to use two of them, and we're going to do two different techniques with this one piece of paper. So there's one image, and here's the second one. And let me get them out. And then tonight we're going to be using Murray Mallow, So Saffron, and Old Olive for our ink pads. And we're going to also be using blending brushes. And blending brushes are the softest. They're like a baby's butt, you guys. They're so incredibly soft. There's millions of hairs in them, and they're really cool. And they're very inexpensive. They're only 3 for $12, and you can do a lot of things with them. And we're going to do two different techniques, we're going to use them on both techniques for today. Okay, let's get started. Let me move the die out of the way. Let me get my, how was your Sunday, you guys? Mine was good. If you know a little bit of my history, you know that it was spent packing, which was fine. I got a lot done. I was grateful to have a Sunday to pack. And yeah, that was good. Okay, first card we're going to make. Let me see. There it is. Okay, we're going to take a, let me get the cards up. So you're going to recognize the colors because this is the card we made last. This is the Designer Series paper that we made on Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And this is current, you guys. It's in the mini. Remember, I was like, oh, I'm not sure if this is current, but it is in the midi. And this all comes from my 6 by 12 paper share. So that's that with the white card base. And we're going to set that to the side. And then we're going to take a white, basic white piece of cardstock. And I'm going to take my negative. I couldn't think of the word, you guys. So I'm going to just put that down. Now, some people would tape it down so they wouldn't move it and stuff, but I'm not going to be doing that much movement, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. I'm just going to put it over my paper, and I'm going to take my blending brush, and I'm going to tap it. Can you see what I'm doing, you guys? I'm going to tap into my ink. And now this one, I'm not tapping off because I want my flower to be very deep colored. So normally you would tap off, and so you don't get a big blob. So I'm not worrying about that so much. We're going to do that. We're going to focus on that on the next one that we do. But I want to get a deep color on my paper. So I am just going to keep re-inking. Remember, you can always add color. You can't take it away. So I'm just going to do several spins with this negative to get the color level that I want. And I want to be a little bit darker around the bottom and a little bit lighter on the top. So that's that one. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to turn my brush upside down. And I apologize that my hand's probably blocking it, but I'm just coloring in this one right here. Or I'm trying to. Let me put it that way. Okay, I think I got it this time. Okay, got it. Good. Now I'm going to take my Old Olive and my brush. Same thing. I'll switch them so you can see it. And I'm going to fill in my stem and leaves. So This is a really simple technique you can do with any dies. It's another way to use your dies, especially flower dies. Works really, really well, or anything, any image actually, where you can tell what it is without having to have the stamp. Does that make sense? So you can tell that this is a flower and stems. I don't think it would work very good with like the outline of a seashell, because you wouldn't even know what the image was. Okay, so now I'm going to take this off and look at, oops, I got a little on my paper. Is that going to matter? Nope, not going to matter, because I'm going to cover it up. If that wasn't there, I'm not exactly sure how oh, you know how I did that, you guys? Let me show you how I did that. I have to, just so you learn from my mistakes. So I'm putting this on, and I got some in this and in that. So that's how it happened. So no worries. I'm going to cover up most of it anyway. So there's that. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it on here like that. And I had already in advanced, yeah, see how it's going to cover up most of it? And I'm not going to worry about that little bit. So so that's one technique, even though I made a little bit of mistake, but a good mistake, because it showed you what to be careful of when you're, you know how I could have avoided that, you guys? I could have avoided it by just cutting this out, and then I wouldn't have done that. So that's just a little helpful hint. So that on that one, but it's still a really, really good technique, and I love it. And this card is not going to go to waste, although see what I do, you guys? I'm a little over the edge. Let me just pull this off and re-glue it so I'm not over the edge, so it'll fit in my envelope. If my friend Teresa's watching this, I'm literally doing this cattywampus for her, because she loves cattywampus techniques. When you glue things down crooked, she has a fit. So I thought I would give her a little chuckle when she's reading this. Hey, Miss Anna and Miss Becky and Judy. Good to see you guys. Okay, so this is going to cover up one of my little mistakes like that. And I'm not going to worry so much about that. I do have an eraser, and I might play with it after class, after video, but I'm not going to worry about it now. So that's card number 1. That's the first technique. Now, let's go back to these images that we cut out. We're going to do a little bit different on these. We are going to use the green, and we're going to do the stems, so I'm going to do that first. Now, on this one, I don't want to have a big blob of paper, so I'm going to start off the paper, and I'm going to, see how I started off the paper, you guys? And I'm going to give this a little bit of color off the paper, so that it's a little bit softer and you don't get a big blob of color. That's my goal. But I want it to be, I wanted to have some colors darker than others, that it would look more natural. So I'm going to kind of go back and add a little color, so it's not perfect, one perfect color. So that's my first one. And then I'm just going to switch, and I'm going to do my second one, because I need 2 for my card that I'm making. Because I had so much to talk about in card making tonight, I didn't want to get on face to face and chat for a few minutes. I want to be as respectful of your time as I can. So that's why I just went right to card making. Plus, I've been packing all weekend, so let's just say my hair's been up in a bun, no makeup. Yeah, just looking pretty scummy. Yeah. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now, the next one I'm going to do is the Meadow. And on this one, what I want to do, same technique, I'm going to put some of the ink on the brush. I'm going to start here off. I'm starting off the paper. I hope you can see that live. I'm starting off the paper, off the flower, and I'm starting so that I'm just kind of doing the edges of the flower like that. I'm intentionally not filling in the bottom. I'm going to go back and play with that in a little bit. So more ink, a little off. And this is kind of an attempt, my attempt at doing a little bit of shading. So I'm just rubbing on here because I don't want there to be a big blob of ink. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to turn it over and show you what I mean. If I got all my ink on there and I did this, you see how you get a lot of dark ink right there? I'm trying to avoid that by just layering it. And I think this just comes out so pretty. And I'm just being a little patient, getting as much ink on as I can, but without going blobby looking. Okay. And now I'm going to do this little flower down here. And this little flower is not going to have as much variety because it's a little bit hard to work with because it's just a little flower. Yeah, that worked out good. So see how I left the middle kind of whitish? That's just to give depth to the colors instead of going the whole thing one color. All right, so we're going to start over here, and we'll get our flower, get some color on the edges. Oops. You guys, I think I am making the camera jiggle. I'm sorry. I just realized that the second that as I was doing this, the camera's probably jiggling and you guys are probably getting seasick. So I apologize for that. I'll try to be a little bit softer. So how was your Sunday? My Patriots and the Buccaneers, my Tom, won. So that was very, very nice. I was all happy about that. The Tampa Bay game was kind of boring because Tom killed it today. He was definitely on his game. Oops, see what I mean, you guys? So I just blopped right on there, and it's all, so I'm just going to try to just blend it in a little bit so it's not, so that flower will be a little bit darker than the other one, which in nature, that is perfectly fine. So there you guys have, let me put it where it's not. So there you have your blending brush taking an image and coloring them in. That's a lot of fun. Doesn't that look really pretty? So let's finish that card off. On this one, we're going to be using, you guys should get a little charge out of this. Can you see this paper, you guys? Do you see what's on this paper? People, there are birds all over this paper. Maybe, I don't know what kind of birds they are, but that does not interest me in the least. The paper itself is beautiful, but those birds do not interest me. So we skip right over those birds and we glue them right down so they can't get in my hair. And we're going to put that on a piece of cardstock. I originally put it on a white background, you guys, but there was so much contrast between the white and the purple that it just really didn't look very good. So that's why I changed it. So I'm doing that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to put them on the flowers on the back. One, and then another. And then I'm going to put one flower over here. I can hear you oohing and ahhing through the camera. I know. It is a flying thing, Judy. Goodness, I do not like flying things. And I'm going to put that one down there like that. And I might have to trim that a teeny bit. Let me get some scissors to do that because you'll see what my end goal is. Okay. Now, I used my magic box of many messages and many happenings to pull my saying out of there, so I didn't have to stamp it. I already had one available. And I'm doing thanks for being you, because I have a very, very dear friend that gave me the most thoughtful gift, and I want to get a thank you card in the mail to her tomorrow. So I knew I was going to do something tonight, and there is the second one. So 2 cards, different techniques completely, using the same dies. And if I had the card I made last week, I would show you that one too, but I've already given that card away. So just wanted you guys to get some ideas of what you could do. Another little quick addition, and I try to do this when I can remember it, is when you put the inside card in like that, because it's a 6-inch piece of paper, and I only need 5 1/4. I have a 3/4 inch strip, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that in here like this, and then that's just a fun way to tie in the front of the card to the inside. And on this one, even though it's white, I just went ahead and glued that one down. So there you go. So there's the cards for tonight, you guys. Again, it's the Meadow dies if you're interested. Shameless plug for TrishN.StampinUp.net. That's where you go to purchase, or call me, text me, email me, message me, you know, any method of communication will work. I hope you guys have a really good night. Just a little quick future update. So packing is going well. The house is still scheduled to close on the 28th. And then Steve and I will be driving to Tennessee. So there's going to be a little bit of a lag in some of my videos. I just physically may not be able to do them. But I will keep you posted. If I miss them, I will definitely keep you posted. All right, you guys. Love you guys lots. Always think about you. Remember, around here, we make it and we mail it. And that's what I want you guys to do. And I want you to have a good couple days. And I will see you this Wednesday for another video. Love you guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.